The announcement came over the town. We apologize for the delay. Because of multiple points failure, this train will now be delayed for 90 minutes. What? As a result, I stressed getting across London and missed my Eurostar train to Rotterdam by 2 minutes. If you've ever seen that movie, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, that stars Steve Martin and John Candy, it felt like that. Stress and frustration. It continued. When I finally arrived at Rotterdam Centraal, my cab driver did not know where my hotel was. In the end, a very kind local showed him the hotel. Drama over. This all happened after a fairly intense period of preparation and refreshing of my one-day people engagement masterclass material in line with the client's brief. The next day was a completely different experience. The client's venue and the hospitality were 5-star. It was just brilliant. The team were a delight as a group and as individuals, and we were able to laugh and tease each other through the day whilst at the same time grapple with some profound and serious challenges that they faced. I gave them new ways of dealing with old problems. They practiced influencing in the wider organization and identifying the positive outliers outside their team. By the end of the day, I celebrated them, counting them as new friends. This season has been intense for me, yes, but it has been delightfully rewarding. I have decided to offer my People Engagement Masterclass again to corporate clients. I've been reminded of how profoundly relevant and effective it can be. If you're interested in this masterclass for your organization, for your change or your client, then why not book a discovery session with me over Zoom? There's a link below. But there was another dimension to this that really reminded me of a deep lesson to do with life effectiveness. And as a life coach, I really did see this as a case study in seasons. It reminded me of how my weeks before all this had been rather more self-directed. Each week had been more systems or habits driven. I used a technique in my Unburdened journal, for example, where I set daily and weekly habits that helped me set a strategic priority for each day, that developed my learning skills, developed my health, and so on. But systems and frameworks can lie to us that life should always fit. That's just not realistic. Rather, life comes in the rhythm of seasons. We need to be able to put down our systems for a period and come back to them later. And this is exactly what I did. I used to create my own sort of 10 commandments for my week's management and then judge myself when I fell short. This is just plain silly. When we are able to recognize these seasons, we can gently lay aside the so-called normal routines and come back to them later. Some unburdened practices, though, were precious throughout this more intense project. One such practice was my lessons learned log. At the end, I was able to reflect on what I would do differently next time. Interestingly, this was not so much around the day itself as it was to do with my travel planning. If you would like to know more about my Unburdened program, feel free to book yourself in a short discovery call with me. Again, link below. So, what do we learn from all of this? I think it's that life does not come spread out. Life has its seasons, its own rhythms. If we are to navigate this world of increasing chaos, we've got to be more realistic and less precious about our own systems and our own habit routines. Have a great day, whether you're living in chaos or in order.